For this quick concept, I'm going to talk about shuffle management, which I'm defining very broadly as being aware of what cards will be in and out of a shuffle that is created. And I think the way this is usually talked about is this kind of active measure, but I'm going broader than that. But to start with that, basically you have this decision on whether or not you're going to trigger a shuffle. Oftentimes this will look like, I have some draw card in hand. It says like +3 cards on it. I have 1 card left in my deck, or 0 cards left in my deck, and I'm going to play this draw card, or I'm not going to play this draw card. And if I play this draw card, what will happen is that the stuff that is in my discard pile will suddenly turn into my deck. And what is that decision going to be based off of? Well, a lot of the time it's going to be based on what you're looking at, just because the cards that are currently in your hand, currently in play, are not going to be in that shuffle. And so, if that's all your good cards and your shuffle's going to happen, that may not be the thing that you really want to be doing, just because all these good cards that you have are not going to be seen immediately. And so it's really important to be aware whether this shuffle I'm about to trigger, I'm going to draw into it, is going to be a short shuffle. Like maybe I'll even be able to get through it this turn, in which case who cares? Or there's going to be 2 cards remaining. Okay, I'm fine with doing that because I get enough benefit out of I'm going to draw in order to basically take this chance that I'm going to have these 2 not amazing cards in my next starting hand for sure. Where this is something that's okay, or as if it's a long shuffle, like I've been discarding a bunch of stuff to warehouse this turn. Or I had a dud turn like two turns in a row before this, and this is full of things that are not going to allow my turns to get going. Like that's something that I can't be doing. Like I can't be setting myself up for failure on my next turn. And so in that case, I need to not be playing that draw card. But so this is kind of the active side of it. But I think more often, like the less obvious is. When you have this passive side, like a lot of the time you don't actually get this decision, especially early in the game, where it's like, am I going to actively trigger this shuffle by playing a draw card? That's not something that often you have control over, and I mean, at the point that you do, oftentimes you aren't looking at these long shuffles. Often it's just like, well, duh, of course I'll trigger this thing because it's only going to be like 5 cards. I can easily get through those. I think oftentimes it's more these passive cases where it's like, I'm playing my turn. I get to the end of it and there's 3 or 4 cards left in it, and so clearly I'm going to be triggering a shuffle going into next turn. And this is another time where a shuffle is created, and it's really important to know what's going to be in it, what's going to be out of it, because it will oftentimes be a determiner of your buys that turn. Just because as you look at your deck as a unit, right? I can see like this turn I played a bunch of villages. I failed to find a draw card, or I played my draw card. All my villages are on the bottom of my deck. Chances are I'm not gonna see anything useful with them next turn. So like I have these terminals that I want to be playing, and so I need to buy a village this turn because chances are I'm not gonna see one in this shuffle that I'm about to create. So that's kind of like this how fast will I get through this shuffle that is about to happen outside of my control. Clearly, deck velocity is a good thing. I'd like to be getting through it faster, and so I'm going to be putting cards in it to make me get through it faster. And then the other thing is, like, even if I'm doing that, am I getting like everything that I want in that shuffle? Like, maybe I played out these things. Trasher ended up missing the shuffle. I might be more tempted to put in another Trasher, put in another Gainer right then, just so that on this following turn, 2 turns from now, I am able to do this thing that I want to be doing every turn, and I'm still able to do that even after this shuffle happens. And so whether it's passively just going like, okay, this shuffle is going to happen, I need to get different stuff into it, or I don't want this shuffle to happen because there's not going to be good stuff in it. It's just something to really be aware of, just to get that extra deck acceleration, not dud, etc. So shuffle management, quite important.